Avril Ramona Lavigne is a Canadian singer and songwriter. At age 16, she signed a 2-album recording contract with Arista Records. Her debut studio album, Let Go, is the best-selling album of the 21st century by a Canadian artist. It yielded the singles Complicated and Sk8ERBOI, which emphasized a skate punk persona and earned her the title Pop Punk Queen from music publications. She is considered a key musician in the development of pop-punk music, since she paved the way for female-driven, punk-influenced pop music in the early 2000s. Her second studio album, Under My Skin, became Lavigne's first album to reach the top of the Billboard 200 chart in the United States, going on to sell 10 million copies worldwide. Lavigne's third studio album, The Best Damn Thing, reached number 1 in 7 countries worldwide and saw the international success of its lead single Girlfriend, which became her first single to reach the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States. Her next 2 studio albums, Goodbye Lullaby and Avril Lavigne, saw continued commercial success and were both certified gold in Canada, the United States, and other territories. After releasing her 6th studio album, Head Above Water, she returned to her punk roots with her 7th studio album, Love Sux. Alongside her music career, Lavigne voiced an animated character in the film Over the Hedge, and made her screen acting debut in Fast Food Nation. Her accolades include 8 Grammy Awards nominations. Early life. Lavigne was born on September 27, 1984 in Belleville, Ontario, Canada. She was named Avril by her father. He and Lavigne's mother recognized their child's vocal abilities when she was 2 years old and sang Jesus Loves Me on the way home from church. Lavigne has an older brother named Matthew and a younger sister named Michelle, both of whom teased her when she sang. My brother used to knock on the wall because I used to sing myself to sleep and he thought it was really annoying. She is the sister-in-law of Japanese band One OK Rock bassist Ryota Kohama. Lavigne's paternal grandfather Maurice-Yves Lavigne was born in Saint-Jérôme, Quebec. A member of the Royal Canadian Air Force, he married Lucie Giard Bicky, a French native of Morhange in France in 1953. Their son, Jean-Claude Lavigne, was born in 1954 at RCAF station Grestenquin near Grestenquin, Lorraine, France. When Jean-Claude was a child, the family moved to Ontario, Canada, and in 1975, he married Judith Rosanne Judy Lawshaw. When Lavigne was 5 years old, the family moved to Napanee, Ontario, a town with a population of approximately 5,000 at the time. Her parents supported her singing. Her father bought her a microphone, a drum kit, a keyboard, and several guitars, and he converted their basement into a studio. Following his own love for music, Jean-Claude led the family to church at Third Day Worship Centre in Kingston, Ontario, where he often played bass. When Lavigne was 14 years old, her parents took her to karaoke sessions. Lavigne performed at country fairs, singing songs by Garth Brooks, The Chicks, and Shania Twain. She began writing her own songs. Her first song was called Can't Stop Thinking About You, about a teenage crush, which she described as cheesy cute. Lavigne also played hockey during high school and won MVP twice as a right winger in a boys' league. Career 1999–2001, Career beginnings. In 1999, Lavigne won a radio contest to perform with the Canadian singer Shania Twain at the Carrel Centre in Ottawa, before an audience of 20,000 people. Twain and Lavigne sang Twain's song, What Made You Say That, and Lavigne told Twain that she aspired to be a famous singer. During a performance with the Lenox Community Theatre, Lavigne was spotted by local folk singer Stephen Med. He invited her to contribute vocals on his song, Touch the Sky, for his 1999 album, Can Spirit. She later sang on Temple of Life and Two Rivers for his follow-up album, My Window to You, in 2000. In December 1999, Lavigne was discovered by her first professional manager, Cliff Fabry, while singing country covers at a Chapters bookstore in Kingston, Ontario. Fabry sent out VHS tapes of Lavigne's home performances to several industry prospects, and Lavigne was visited by several executives. Mark Jowett, co-founder of a Canadian management firm, Network, received a copy of Lavigne's karaoke performances recorded in her parents' basement. Jowett arranged for Lavigne to work with producer Peter Zizzo during the summer of 2000 in New York, where she wrote the song Why. Lavigne was noticed by Arista Records during a trip to New York. In November 2000, Ken Krongard, an A&R representative, invited Antonio L.A. Reid, then head of Arista Records, to Zizzo's Manhattan studio to hear Lavigne sing. Her 15-minute audition so impressed Reid that he immediately signed her to Arista with a deal worth $1.25 million for 2 albums and an extra $900,000 for a publishing advance. By this time, Lavigne had found that she fit in naturally with her hometown high school skater clique, an image that carried through to her first album, but although she enjoyed skateboarding, school left her feeling insecure. Having signed a record deal, and with support from her parents, she left school to focus on her music career. Lavigne's band, which were mostly the members of Closet Monster, was chosen by Network, as they wanted young performers who were up and coming from the Canadian punk rock scene who would fit with Lavigne's personality. 2002–2003, I Let Go/I. None. 2004–2005, I Under My Skin/I. None. 2006–2011, I The Best Damn Thing/I and I Goodbye Lullaby/I. None. 2012–2015, I Avril Lavigne/I. None. 2016–present, I Head Above Water/I and I Love Sux/I. None. Artistry. Musical style and songwriter. During the 2000s decade, most critics and publications identified Lavigne's first 3 albums as a mix of pop-punk, alternative rock and pop rock influenced by a post-grunge sound. Let Go was classified as a pop rock and alternative rock album with a slight grunge influence. Meanwhile, the singer was compared to other female artists with the same sound, mainly Alanis Morissette. In Under My Skin, musically was noticeably darker, with heavier production that showcased ballads and rocker songs which incorporated a more post-grunge sound that verged on nu metal, keeping pop-punk power chords influences, that anticipated the emotional intensity and theatrical aesthetics of emo pop music before it came into the mainstream. Critics compared the album with similar works by contemporary acts at the time like Linkin Park and Evanescence, due to its nu metal influence. In contrast, The Best Damn Thing abandoned the alternative and post-grunge style in favor of pop-punk tunes. It is noted a main combination of cheerleader-inspired bubblegum pop melodies with punk rock riffs, which led it to compare her as sounding like Toni Basil cheerleading for Blink-182. Teen pop impact on Lavigne's music on this decade was noted, since most of her lyrics were from an adolescent perspective from her teenage years. This made some critics to describe her as an act of alternateen or teen punk music. Later on in the 2010s, her sound went softer and poppier, characterized more by acoustic pop rock songs and less loud grungy guitar-driven songs that were the signature of her earlier works. With the 2020s pop-punk mainstream resurgence, Lavigne went back to her pop-punk roots, embracing emo pop angst, and skate punk influences from NOFX, Blink-182, Green Day and The Offspring. Lavigne possesses a soprano vocal range. Themes in her music include messages of self-empowerment from a female or an adolescent view. Lavigne believes her songs are about being yourself no matter what and going after your dreams even if your dreams are crazy and even if people tell you they're never going to come true. On her debut album, Let Go, Lavigne preferred the less mainstream songs, such as Losing Grip, instead of her more radio-friendly singles, such as Complicated, saying that the songs I did with The Matrix were good for my first record, but I don't want to be that pop anymore. Lavigne's second album, Under My Skin, had deeper personal themes underlying each song, with Lavigne remarking that I've gone through so much, so that's what I talk about. Like boys, like dating or relationships. In contrast, her third album, The Best Damn Thing, was not personal to her. Some of the songs I wrote didn't even mean that much to me. It's not like some personal thing I'm going through. Her objective in writing the album was simply to make it fun. Goodbye Lullaby, Lavigne's fourth album, was much more personal than her earlier records, with Lavigne describing the album as more stripped down, deeper. All the songs are very emotional. Ian McKellen defined her as a punk chanteuse, a post-grunge Valkyrie, with the wounded soul of a poet and the explosive pugnacity of a Canadian on The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson in 2007. While Lavigne said she was not angry, her interviews were still passionate about the media's lack of respect for her songwriter. She said, "I am a writer, and I won't accept people trying to take that away from me," adding that she had been writing full structured songs since she was 14. Despite this, Lavigne's songwriter has been questioned throughout her career. The songwriter trio The Matrix, with whom Lavigne wrote songs for her debut album, said that they were the main songwriters of Lavigne's singles Complicated, Sk8ERBOI and I'm With You. Lavigne said that she was the primary songwriter for every song on the album, stating that one of those songs aren't from me. In 2007, Chantal Kreviazuk, who wrote with Lavigne on her second album, accused Lavigne of plagiarism and criticized her songwriter, saying that Avril doesn't really sit and write songs by herself or anything. Lavigne also disclaimed this, and considered taking legal action against Kreviazuk for clear defamation against her character. Kreviazuk later apologized, saying that Avril is an accomplished songwriter and it has been my privilege to work with her. Shortly after that, Tommy Dunbar, founder of the band the Ruby Noos, sued Lavigne, her publishing company, and Lucas Dr. Luke Gotthold for allegedly stealing parts of I Wanna Be Your Boyfriend for her song Girlfriend. Gotthold defended Lavigne, stating, "Me and Avril wrote the song together. It has the same chord progressions as 10 different Blink-182 songs, the standard changes you'd find in a Sum 41 song. It's the Sex Pistols, not the Ruby Noos." In January 2008, the lawsuit was closed after a confidential settlement had been reached. Influences. Lavigne's earlier influences came from country music acts such as Garth Brooks, the Dixie Chicks and Shania Twain, and alternative singer-songwriters such as Alanis Morissette, Lisa Loeb, Natalie Imbruglia, and Janis Joplin. By the time she left school to focus on her music career, Lavigne was musically more influenced by skate punk, pop punk, and punk rock acts such as Blink-182, The Offspring, Sum 41, NOFX, Pennywise, Dashboard Confessional, Green Day, The Ramones, The Distillers and Hole. She also enjoyed metal bands such as Marilyn Manson, System of a Down, Incubus and The Used, as well as alternative bands such as Nirvana, No Doubt, The Goo Goo Dolls, Radiohead, The Cranberries, Coldplay, Oasis, Third Eye Blind and Matchbox 20. Because of these influences, musical genres, and Lavigne's personal style, the media often defined her as punk, something she said she was not. Lavigne's close friend and guitarist, Evan Taubenfeld, said, "It's a very touchy subject to a lot of people, but the point is that Avril isn't punk, but she never really pretended to claim to come from that scene. She had pop-punk music and the media ended up doing the rest." Lavigne commented on the matter, "I have been labeled like I'm this angry girl, rebel, punk, and I am so not any of them. However, she has also said that her music has punk influences. I like to listen a lot to punk rock music. You can notice a certain influence of punk in my music. I like an aggressive music, but pretty enough heavy pop rock, which is what I really do. Image. When Lavigne first gained publicity, she was known for her tomboyish style, in particular her necktie and tank top combinations. She preferred baggy clothes, skater shoes, or Converses, wristbands, and sometimes shoelaces wrapped around her fingers. During photo shoots, instead of wearing glittery Get UPS, she preferred wearing old, crumpled TS. In response to her fashion and musical influences, the media called her the pop-punk princess and the female answer to Blink-182. Press and fans regarded her as the anti-Britney, in part because of her less commercial and real image, but also because she was noticeably headstrong. I'm not made up and I'm not being told what to say and how to act, so they have to call me the anti-Britney, which I'm not. By November 2002, however, Lavigne stopped wearing ties, claiming she felt she was wearing a costume. Lavigne made a conscious effort to keep her music, and not her image, at the forefront of her career. Lavigne eventually took on a more gothic style as she began her second album, Under My Skin, trading her skating outfits for black tutus and developing an image marked by angst. During the Best Damn Thing years, Lavigne changed directions. She dyed her hair blonde with a pink streak, wore feminine outfits, including tight jeans and heels, and modeled for magazines such as Harper's Bazaar. Lavigne defended her new style, "I don't really regret anything. You know, the ties and the wife beaters and all. It had its time and place. And now I'm all grown up, and I've moved on." Lavigne has been the subject of a conspiracy theory that states that she committed suicide in 2003, and was replaced by a body double who had previously been recruited to distract paparazzi. This originated as a joke on a Brazilian blog, but has since been embraced by some conspiracy theorists. In an interview with Australia's KIIS 106.5 in November 2018, Lavigne responded to the rumor, stating, "Yeah, some people think that I'm not the real me, which is so weird. Like, why would they even think that?" Legacy. Lavigne is considered a highlight in the pop-punk and alternative rock scene, since she helped pave the way for the success of female-driven punk-influenced pop artists such as Paramore, Sky Sweet Nam, Fief Dobson, Lilix, Kelly Osbourne, Crystal Myers, Tonight Alive, Courage My Love and Hey Monday. She has been compared to alternative female singer-songwriters of the 1990s such as Alanis Morissette, Liz Phair, and Courtney Love, earning a reputation as the greatest female representative of pop-punk music, and has been called one of the female singers who best represent 2000s rock music. Lavigne also was seen as a fashion icon for her skatepunk and rocker style. Sk8ERBOI, He Wasn't and Girlfriend are frequently listed among the best pop-punk songs of all time by critics. Lavigne has influenced a wide array of musical artists, including acts such as Tramp Stamps, Billie Eilish, Rob Halford, Courage My Love, 5 Seconds of Summer, Young Blood, Maggie Lindemann, Tonight Alive, Willow Smith, Amanda Palmer, Misono, Rina Sawayama, Hey Monday, Grey, Ed Sheeran, Kaylee Morgue, Charlie XCX, Mercy Me, Olivia Rodrigo, and Kirsten Maldonado. Amy Stutt was hailed as the U.K.'s answer to Avril Lavigne. Lavigne also has fueled a significant influence on indie rock singer-songwriters such as Pale Waves, Grass, Phoebe Bridgers, Soccer Mommy, Snail Mail, and Liz Phair. On the rise of mid to late 2010s emo hip-hop and emo rap, Lavigne has been noted as an influence of various musicians from that scene, with Nylon magazine noting Lil Uzi Vert, Princess Nokia, Lloyd Banks, Vic Mensa, Nipsey Hussle, John River, No Name, and Rico Nasty. American rapper Fat Tony explained that Lavigne's traces of influences on hip-hop and rap music comes because she delivered a great visual catchy package that describes all of them. Rico Nasty named one of her alter egos, Trap Lavigne, citing she is a perfect representation of being hard and soft. She hated the term punk, but she was so punk rock. A persistent internet meme about a Lavigne-written song called Dolphins has been showing up on various lyric sites since 2007, but she did not write or record this song. The lyrics appear on dozens of lyric sites and various bands have recorded cover versions of the song that was never recorded by Lavigne. Lavigne was featured in the 2003 game The Sims Superstar as a non-playable celebrity. In mid-2007, Lavigne was featured in a 2-volume graphic novel, Avril Lavigne's Make 5 Wishes. She collaborated with artist Camilla D'Erico and writer Joshua Dysart on the manga, which was about a shy girl named Hannah who, upon meeting her hero, Lavigne, learned to overcome her fears. Lavigne said, "I know that many of my fans read manga, and I'm really excited to be involved in creating stories that I know they will enjoy." The first volume was released in April 2007, and the second followed in July 2007. The publication Young Adult Library Services nominated the series for Great Graphic Novels for Teens. Accolades. In 2003, Lavigne won an International Achievement Award for the song Complicated at the Socken Awards in Toronto. Lavigne received 8 Grammy Awards nominations in 2 years, including Best New Artist. She has also received 3 American Music Awards nominations, 1 Brit Award nomination, and 1 MTV Video Music Award. She has received a total of 169 awards. Lavigne had sold more than 30 million singles and 40 million copies of her albums worldwide, including over 12.4 million album copies in the US according to Billboard. In 2009, Billboard named Lavigne the number 10 pop artist in the Best of the 2000s chart. She was listed as the 28th overall Best Act of the Decade based on album and single chart performance in the US. Lavigne achieved a Guinness World Record as being the youngest female solo artist to top the UK album chart, on January 11, 2003, at the age of 18 years and 106 days. The album Let Go reached number 1 in its 18th chart week. She held the record until 2004, as the UK charts reported that Joss Stone's Mind, Body and Soul took it the following year. She also was the first to reach 100 million views on a YouTube video, with her 2007 single Girlfriend. Lavigne was the first Western artist to do a full tour in China, with the Best Damn Tour in 2008, and is considered the biggest Western artist in Asia, especially in Japan where her first 3 albums have sold more than 1 million copies, being the only female Western artist since the 2000s to achieve it. Lavigne is the only artist to have performed on 3 different multi-sport events, such as 2 closing ceremonies of Winter Olympic Games and in the opening ceremony of the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games. Other activities. Acting career. Lavigne became interested in appearing on television and in feature films. The decision, she said, was her own. Although her years of experience in making music videos was to her advantage, Lavigne admitted her experience in singing removed any fear of performing on camera. She specifically mentioned that the video Nobody's Home involved the most acting. Her first television appearance was in a 2002 episode of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, performing Sk8ERBOI with her band in a nightclub. She later made a cameo appearance in the 2004 film Going the Distance. The main characters bump into her backstage at the Much Music Video Awards after her performance of Losing Grip. She moved into feature film acting cautiously, choosing deliberately small roles to begin with. In November 2005, after going through an audition to land the role, Lavigne traveled to New Mexico to film a single scene in the 2007 film, The Flock. She played Beatrice Bell, the girlfriend of a crime suspect, appearing alongside Claire Danes and Richard Gere. Gere gave Lavigne acting tips between takes. On her role in The Flock, Lavigne said, "I did that just to see how it was and to not jump into too fast." The Flock was not released in American theaters, and because it was not released in foreign markets until late 2007, it is not considered Lavigne's debut. The film made $7 million in the foreign box office. Lavigne's feature film debut was voicing an animated character in the 2006 film Over the Hedge, based on the comic strip of the same name. She voiced the character Heather, a Virginia opossum. Recording the characters' voices was devoid of interaction with other actors. Lavigne stated, "All the actors went in individually, and Tim and directors were there with me every time I went in, and they made it go so smoothly, they made me feel comfortable. That was the interesting part, going in by yourself, with no one else to kind of feed off of." Lavigne found the recording process to be easy and natural, but she kept hitting the microphone as she gestured while acting. "I'd use my hands constantly and, hit the microphone stand and make noises, so Tim and Carrie had to tell me to hold still. It's hard to be running or falling down the stairs and have to make those sounds come out of your mouth but keep your body still." Lavigne believed she was hired to perform Heather because of her rock star status. "Thought I'd give my character a bit of attitude." The film opened on May 19, 2006, making $38 million over its opening weekend. It went on to gross $336 million worldwide. In December 2005, Lavigne signed to appear in Fast Food Nation, based on the book Fast Food Nation, The Dark Side of the All-American Meal. The fictionalized adaptation, directed by Richard Linklater, traces fast food hamburgers contaminated with cow feces back to the slaughterhouses. Lavigne played Alice, a high school student intent on freeing the cows. The film opened on November 17, 2006, and remained in theaters for 11 weeks, grossing $2 million worldwide. Both Over the Hedge and Fast Food Nation opened at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival, which Lavigne attended. When asked if she would pursue her film career, she stated that she wanted to take her time and wait for the right parts in the right movies. Lavigne was aware of the roles she had chosen. "I wanted to start off small and to learn. I wouldn't just want to throw myself into a big part." In August 2006, Canadian Business Magazine ranked her as the 7th top Canadian actor in Hollywood in their second annual Ranking Celebrity Power list. The results were determined by comparing salary, internet hits, TV mentions, and press hits. In September 2011, Lavigne appeared on the Hub Network televised singing competition Majors and Minors as a guest mentor alongside other singers, including Adam Lambert and Leona Lewis. Products and endorsements. In July 2008, Lavigne launched the clothing line Abby Dawn, featuring a back-to-school collection. It is produced by Kohl's, which is the brand's exclusive U.S. retailer. Named after Lavigne's childhood nickname, Abby Dawn is designed by Lavigne herself. Kohl's describes Abby Dawn as a junior's lifestyle brand, which incorporates skull, zebra, and star patterns, purples and hot pinks and blacks. Lavigne, who wore some of the clothes and jewelry from her line at various concerts before its official launch, pointed out that she was not merely licensing her name to the collection. "I actually am the designer. What's really important to me is that everything fits well and is well made, so I try everything on and approve it all." The clothing line incorporates Lavigne's musical style and lyrics. "After the release of my first album, I realized how much fashion was involved in my musical career. The designs were also featured on the internet game Stardoll, where figures can be dressed up as Lavigne. On September 14, 2009, Lavigne took her then latest collection for her clothing line to be a part of the New York Fashion Week, returning in 2011. In December 2010, the clothing line was made available to over 50 countries through the line's official website. It's fun to be a chick and design clothes and things I'd like for myself. I design things I find. Lavigne released her first fragrance, Black Star, created by Procter & Gamble Prestige Products. The fragrance was announced on Lavigne's official website on March 7, 2009. Black Star, which features notes of pink hibiscus, black plum, and dark chocolate, was released in summer 2009 in Europe, and later in the US and Canada. When asked what the name meant, Lavigne replied, "I wanted to be a star, and my colors are pink and black Black Star resembles being different, and standing out in the crowd, and reaching for the stars. The whole message is just about following your dreams, and it's okay to be unique and be who you are." Black Star won the 2010 Best Women's Scent Mass by Cosmetic Executive Women. Black Star was followed by a second fragrance in July 2010, Forbidden Rose, which took 2 years to develop. It features notes of red apple, wine peach, black pepper, lotus flower, heliotrope, shellflower, praline agreement, sandalwood, and vanilla. Its message is an extension of Black Star's Follow Your Dreams, though the tagline for the new perfume is Dare to Discover. The commercial takes place in a Gothic garden setting, where Lavigne, upon entering the garden, finds a single, purple rose. Lavigne launched a third fragrance, Wild Rose, in August 2011 and filmed the commercial for it in late 2010. The tagline for the fragrance is Dare to Discover More. It features notes of mandarin, pink grapefruit, plum, orange blossom, frangipani, blue orchid, musk, sandalwood and creme brulee. In January 2010, Lavigne began working with Disney to incorporate Alice in Wonderland-inspired designs into her Abbey Dawn line of clothing. Her designs were exhibited at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in California beginning in May through September, alongside Colleen Atwood's costumes from the 2010 film. Philanthropy. Lavigne has been involved with many charities, including Make Some Noise, Amnesty International, Erase MS, AmericanCPR.org, Special Olympics, Camp Will Away, Music Clearing Minefields, U.S. Campaign for Burma, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and War Child. She has also appeared in Aldo ads with youth aids to raise money to educate people worldwide about HIV/AIDS. Lavigne took part in the Unite Against AIDS concert presented by Aldo in support of UNICEF on November 28, 2007, at the Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. In November 2010, Lavigne attended the Clinton Global Initiative. Lavigne worked with Reverb, a non-profit environmental organization, for her 2005 East Coast tour. She covered Knockin' on Heaven's Door for War Child's Peace Songs compilation, and she recorded a cover of the John Lennon song Imagine as her contribution to the compilation album Instant Karma, the Amnesty International campaign to save Darfur. Released on June 12, 2007, the album was produced to benefit Amnesty International's campaign to alleviate the crisis in Darfur. On December 5, 2009, Lavigne returned to the stage in Mexico City during the biggest charity event in Latin America, Teletón. She performed acoustic versions of her hits Complicated and Girlfriend with Evan Taubenfeld and band member, Jim McGorman. In 2010, Lavigne was one of several artists who contributed their voices to a cover of Canon's Wavin' Flag as a benefit single to help raise money for several charity organizations related to the 2010 Haiti earthquake. On September 14, 2010, Lavigne introduced her charity, the Avril Lavigne Foundation, which aims to help young people with serious illnesses and disabilities and works with leading charitable organizations. The foundation partners with the Easter Seals, Make-A-Wish Foundation and Erase MS. Lavigne has worked with the latter too. Her work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation was the inspiration behind her own charity, with Lavigne stating, "I just really wanted to do more." Lavigne said on the foundation's website, "I have always looked for ways to give back because I think it's a responsibility we all share." Philanthropist Trevor Nielsen's 12-person firm, Global Philanthropy Group, advises Lavigne with her foundation as well as several other celebrities, including musician John Legend. In September 2014, she launched a personal fundraising campaign for Special Olympics as part of her birthday celebration. Proceeds from her Team Rockstar event helped sponsor athletes from around the world competing in the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games in Los Angeles. The athletes were the stars of the music video for Fly, which was shot in Canada. In September 2020, Lavigne announced a special livestream concert to raise awareness and funds in the fight against Lyme disease called the Number Fight Lyme Concert. The concert took place on October 25, with proceeds from all tickets and merchandise going to the Global Lyme Alliance, a pseudo-scientific chronic Lyme disease advocacy group, and her charity Avril Lavigne Foundation. Politics. After winning her fourth Juno Award in April 2003, in reference to the Iraq War, Lavigne said, "I don't believe war is a way to solve problems. I think it's wrong. I don't have that much respect for Bush." She also said that she was really proud of then Prime Minister of Canada Jean Chrétien for keeping Canada out of the war. Personal life. Tattoos. As of 2010, only a few of Lavigne's tattoos are unique to her, the rest are matched with those of her friends. Lavigne had a star tattooed on the inside of her left wrist that was created at the same time as friend and musical associate Ben Moody's identical tattoo. In late 2004, she had a small pink heart around the letter D applied to her right wrist, which represented her then-boyfriend, Derek Whibley. Lavigne and then-husband Whibley got matching tattoos in March 2010, in celebration of his 30th birthday. In April 2010, Lavigne added another tattoo on her wrist, that of a lightning bolt and the number 30. Her love of tattoos, however, gained media attention in May 2010, after Lavigne and Brody Jenner each got matching tattoos of the word fuck on their ribs. Lavigne appeared in the June/July cover story for Inked magazine, where she discussed and showed off her tattoos, including an Abaddon on her left forearm and an XXV and star on her right. Although she confirmed the fuck tattoo verbally in the article, she had it applied after the magazine's photo shoot. She added that she eventually wanted to get a big ass heart with a flag through it with a name. "I'm going to wait a few years and make sure I still want it then. I have to wait for that special someone to come back into my life." In July 2010, Lavigne had her then-boyfriend's name, Brody, tattooed beneath her right breast. In 2018, Lavigne got a traditional heart-shaped tattoo with then-boyfriend Philippe Seraphim. French citizenship. Lavigne's father was born in France, and through jus sanguinis, she applied for a French passport, which she received in February 2011. In January 2012, Lavigne sold her house in Bel Air, and moved to Paris to study the French language. She rented an apartment and attended a Berlitz school. Relationships. Lavigne and Sum 41 lead vocalist/rhythm guitarist Derek Whibley began dating when Lavigne was 19 years old, after being friends since she was 17. In June 2005, Whibley proposed to her. The couple married on July 15, 2006, in Montecito, California. On October 9, 2009, Lavigne filed for divorce, releasing the statement, I am grateful for our time together, and I am grateful and blessed for our remaining friendship. The divorce was finalized on November 16, 2010. Lavigne started dating The Hills star Brody Jenner in February 2010. After almost 2 years of dating, the couple split in January 2012. Lavigne began dating fellow Canadian musician Chad Kroeger, frontman of the band Nickelback, in July 2012. The relationship blossomed after they began working together in March 2012 to write and record music for Lavigne's fifth album. Lavigne and Kroeger became engaged in August 2012, after 1 month of dating. The couple married at the Château de la Naupole, a reconstructed medieval castle on the Mediterranean in the south of France, on July 1, 2013, after a year of being together. On September 2, 2015, Lavigne announced her separation from Kroeger via her official Instagram account, and later divorced. Lavigne began dating billionaire Philip Seraphim in 2018. She broke up with him in 2019. It was reported by People magazine that she began dating musician Pete Jonas in 2020. She later began dating Mod Sun around March 2021. Lavigne announced their engagement via her social media accounts in April 2022. Health. In April 2015, Lavigne revealed to People magazine that she had been diagnosed with Lyme disease after her 30th birthday in 2014. In an interview with Billboard that same month, Lavigne said that she was in the recovery process and that she wanted to increase awareness of the disease. Lavigne has been referred to as a vegan or a vegetarian. Backing band. Timeline. Discography. Let Go. Under My Skin. The Best Damn Thing. Goodbye Lullaby. Avril Lavigne. Head Above Water. Love Sux. Filmography.